Hello guys, this is your teacher Ale. We're going to continue with the topic punctuation marks, but this time we're going to learn about using commas. Remember the four basic punctuation marks are period, exclamation mark, question mark, and commas. Commas are very important. That's why I decided to give one whole video about commas. First, let's start with our definition. Comma is a punctuation mark used to mark the divisions in the text. As you remember, it's a small pause. Commas are extremely important because sometimes they can change the meaning of a sentence, like I'm going to show you in the next example. Look at. In the first one says, help a thief. And in the second picture, there's a policeman and says, yay! Why aren't you arresting him? And the policeman says, commas, lady. I'm going to explain you this one. In the first one, if you put help a thief without a comma, in Spanish it says, ayuda a un ladrón. That's why the policeman is helping him. If the comma appear between help and help a thief, if you make the pause, you say, ayuda un ladrón. That means that you need the help. If you don't put the comma, means that you're going to help the thief, okay? So guys, remember using commas are very important because if you don't put it, the meaning of the sentence can change completely. I'm going to show you some uses about the commas after. So let's go. The first example. Always use commas to separate items in a series or a list. There are two examples in this one. I went to the grocery store to get beans, cheddar cheese, and garlic. The first example. Second one. This morning I went for a walk, reading my book, and ate breakfast. Look at the comma are separating each item in the sentences. But I want you to focus in one special comma, the one that it's before the end. As you can see in both sentences, there is a small comma before. This comma is called an Oxford comma. It's not completely necessary, but sometimes we use it to make it more clear and to make a small pause to identify the last item of the series. Remember, Oxford comma. The second one is use a comma to separate two or more adjectives. Only if you could put the word and between them. I'm going to show you the example so it can be a little bit easier for you. Example, Johnny is a smart, kind boy. If you want to describe that Johnny is smart and kind, you just put the comma instead of writing the conjunction, and it would be the same, guys. It would be okay. You can substitute the conjunction with the comma. The rule number 3 is using the comma before and after an appositive. And you will say, what's an appositive? It's a noun that remains another noun. It's like giving an extra information. I'm going to show you some examples so it can be a little bit more clear. The first one, my sister Martha is in high school. Our neighbors, the Smiths, came from dinner last night. The U.S. capital, Washington, D.C., is a beautiful city. As you can see in these examples, the first one is my sister, and then we have the name Martha. Martha is the name of my sister, so he's giving me extra information. In the next one, you can say that we have our neighbors and then the Smiths. Smiths and Martha are the appositive. And in the last one says the U.S. capital, Washington, D.C., is a beautiful city. Washington, D.C. is the appositive because it's giving you a little bit extra information or reminds you the name about the first topic that you are saying. If you say, my teacher, Ale, that would be the appositive. Now let's go to the next rule. Let's see. Use a comma when the sentence begins with an introductory word or phrase. That means they give information in the first part of the sentence. Examples. Yes, I got your email. Yes is the introduction. In the next one, therefore, you don't need to send it again. Therefore is the introductory word. Another examples with this one could be yesterday, last night, tomorrow, next week, or even when you are making a negative statements like in the last examples, no, I didn't. No is the introductory word and must have a comma. The introductory word or phrase can be only one word or can be more to explain when or how you made the activity. The rule number 5 is use a comma when addressing someone. That means that you want to explain who made the activity. Examples. Mary, what was the name of that book you loved? I hope you can make it to my party, Larry. You are giving me the name of the person that you are talking about. Okay, if you want to be more specific about the subject of the sentence. Rule number 6. Use a comma before and after words used and interrupt a sentence. This is going to be more clear with you or for you with the examples. Okay. Typing, however, is very quick and neat. Hardworking, on the other hand, can be easier for someone. You are explaining the action that you are talking about. In the first one, I'm talking about typing. In the second one, I'm talking about handwriting. You are explaining or describing how the action is made. The rule number 7, use a comma between a city and a state. Also use after the state in the sentence if the sentence continue. I'm going to show you some examples about using this one. The capital of our state is Concord, New Hampshire. We drove to Wells, Maine for our vacations. Concord and New Hampshire, one refers to the city and one refers to the state. Okay? If you say Irapuato, comma, Guanajuato. Guadalajara, comma, Jalisco. Another can be Cancun, comma, Mexico. Even if in this one you are saying about the city and the country you are talking about. Sometimes doesn't have to be only the city and the state. It can be the city and the country you're talking about. Now let's see the next one. Use a comma to separate the day of the month from the year. Also use it after a year in a sentence continue. Don't forget, we are talking about dates. It's very common if you remember how to write the complete date in your notebook. I have lived here since August 21st, 2013. On January 23rd, 2006, we had a terrible snowstorm. Remember, we are talking about dates. Always separate the number or the date that you are talking with the year. And also we use it when we want to make complete dates, like you are seeing Wednesday, comma, April 29, comma, 2020. Like when every time you write the complete date on your notebook. Now guys, let's start with our review that is going to help you with your PDF. Ready? So, we have to remember, we use a comma in a list of a series like a pencil, a pen, and 2 computers. Separate adjectives. You are a wonderful, kind student. Instead of writing and, I write the comma. And a positive noun, giving you extra information about the subject. My brother, Fernando, is working. Introductory word. Yes, comma, I love it. Yes, I love it. The next one is addressing someone, like expressing who is making the activity or who are you asking to. Ale, did you like it? You make the comma. between the name of the person and then the action or the question that you are doing or the sentence. And the last one is the one that you use it the most in dates, separating days and months and the year. Thank you for the class, guys. Hope you like it. See you the next time. Bye bye.